Well, I guess there's two main things. We were led to believe that sexual intercourse was all... The main kind was anal.
Okay.
It was just too much, yeah. Like...
All right, we're rolling now, just so everybody's aware.
We're rolling.
Welcome. Now that football season's over, we return you to our guests.
Yeah,
Our
go
guests
Bills. There's always
go
next
Bills,
year.
man. There's always next year.
We'll get them. We'll get them eventually.
for the guests, though.
Yeah.
Big week for guests.
Big week for guests.
We got Ty Marciniak, the tallest Marciniak to my knowledge.
It's true?
It's true? Question mark?
Is Joe taller than me?
I don't know. I've not met Joe.
I think you would probably know better than us.
I think you guys have had this conversation before, but like as a tall person, I just do not register people's heights really.
Oh no,
everybody's just the same height to me. But I know Joe's
Connor
really
thinks
tall.
about it all the time.
I do actually.
Connor is constantly thinking about height.
Well, it's not.
He's constantly complaining about how hard it is being tall.
100%, because it is, and you guys don't get it. But what I'm saying is that the people that are like, you know, your size and smaller, totally, like, that's my everyday. You know what I'm saying?
No, that doesn't. What do you mean?
Like, okay, get with me here. The neck angle. It's all neck angle. If my neck is like pointed down looking at everyone, this is where I am most of the time. When someone is like directly across from me or up, it's a whole different, like, I'm a different person because I have to be, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm in a different, you're coming at me from a different angle that I'm not normally used to.
Okay.
So I have to like.
Perspective is a major part of it.
Yeah,
sure,
100%.
sure.
And you don't realize how short everyone else is until you like squat down and you're like, oh, this is just all the time for you.
Yeah,
like,
no,
you're just
I do try
down
to.
there.
Yeah, I do try to be.
You're
like,
not that short.
So this is what you guys are seeing down
I'm
here.
pretty
right?
average. Yeah.
You are average, I would say.
But like, I can see on top of the fridge, which is a major advantage of being tall, because you can keep secrets up there.
Yeah,
You
dude,
really
I keep
can.
shit on top of the fridge.
100%.
And I learned that because I was at work and I saw some shit on top of the fridge, and I was like, "You guys seeing this?" And they were like, "No."
Because we are. That's actually a mystery location for us. Because we are hobbits.
A guy who like
just-
gets off a murder just because he just
He
put
hit
the
the body
gun on top of
of
the
it.
fridge, dude. He put
Good
the
luck
murder
finding
weapon
it.
at that
Yeah.
fridge.
Yeah.
He was like, nobody's gonna see it. It's
Those
like we
are-
need the tall detective.
He's the only one. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I feel like it's tricky what it is I'm going
I
on.
saw a message just pop up, but it's gone now.
A message?
I don't know what it says.
Sends you messages.
So just
Yeah.
hopefully
Do we get a
it
text?
records.
Yeah, it's recording.
It's recording.
As long as the red thing's going.
Yeah, no, I know.
we're
I
good.
just didn't know what it said. I don't want to have to deal with
Nice
a whole
keen
episode
eyes.
and then find out we don't have any of the audio.
Yeah. I periodically glance at the video, but
Yeah, the video is
where's
less
the- oh, yeah,
important.
there's the
ultimately.
video.
it's true. If you're watching this on video, please comment. I love video. If you're listening to this on audio, please comment. I'm at work right now.
Yeah.
we're trying to get video just in general going.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just comment, "I love video."
Yeah, get I Love Video because it's an underutilized platform.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like
I heard
Really.
it. I heard it killed the radio.
it really did. It killed the radio
Nobody
star.
talks about that, dude.
Dude,
R.I.P.
Video's a murder.
R.I.P. the radio star.
video killed
R.I.P., dude.
MTV because music videos are on YouTube now, and no one gives a shit about MTV.
True.
Yeah.
I don't want to completely change the subject, but on the when we said R.I.P., it made me think of something.
Yeah.
Is someone dead?
Yes, several Jedi.
Oh no, Jedi.
What? This is what it made you think of?
That's-
Yes,
okay, this is
because
not where I
it's
thought it was
fresh.
going.
It's fresh on my mind.
Okay, let's
Okay.
hear it.
I watched The Acolyte season 1. Do you
Oh,
guys watch that?
This
I
is the new
tried.
Star
It
Wars?
was not good.
Yeah, no. I was watching it and like, okay, the first like couple episodes, I was like, this is not bad. Like, I don't know,
But
I
high
enjoyed
register.
it.
But it's like, it's not
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? It's like we're on the fence.
For
still.
me, that is really good though, because
Oh, really?
I don't even really watch anything besides stuff that I've already seen. But
Gotcha.
being unemployed as I
Yeah.
am, I gotta
Gotta
freshen
watch
it up
something.
every now
Hell
and then.
yeah,
And I mess
the
with
world
Star
is your
Wars.
oyster.
I mess with Star Wars, even though I've like never really seen any of the movies.
Dude,
but, like the
That
idea
is a
cool.
funny. That's
old
like funny
ones,
to think about
or-
too, because there's definitely like Star Wars fans now who have probably not necessarily seen all the movies.
Oh, yeah.
They just are into Boba Fett or fucking The Mandalorian or whatever.
Yeah.
Boba Fett's cool though.
No,
I
I feel like the Boba Fett show like sucked though.
Well,
from
what I'm
I
saying
heard. I
is,
never
as far
watched
as like the actual movies were concerned, I had never watched Star Wars for such a long time, but I was always like, Boba Fett, that character design looks looks cool. He's a badass fucking assassin huntsman dude. Like, that's sick.
Yeah, he's kind of the underground character. Not a lot of guys know about him.
He's more of a side character, actually. Actually, dude, he's
pretty integral to the plot, but you wouldn't see him if you noticed.
actually, dude, he's not an assassin. He's a bounty hunter. Okay, actually,
what's the difference?
It's like the new Star Wars stuff is just kind of cooler looking. So for that reason, I'll watch it. Like,
so why'd you say rip though? Why does that make you think of the Acolyte?
Because it made me really mad. I made it to episode 5 today out of 8. And
is this the Ahsoka like Clone Wars?
No, I gotta watch that.
This is a new one.
Yeah, no, this is new. This is just like
random
when this would be. I don't even know. This is like long.
It's like
before
a prequel.
Yeah,
It's like it's way before. Yeah.
Okay.
But all right, let's hear.
But it's just another one of these where it's like, are the Jedi actually the bad guys? Like kind of thing. It's just like, I don't know. It's kind of like played out at this point, but like I get it. It's kind of like the nuanced thing, like who's good, are they really that good or whatever. Yeah. But they just killed off a bunch of the main characters. I can't even spoil it because I don't know their names. I don't ever remember characters'
I'm so
names.
pissed that they killed fucking what's his face.
Well, like, just getting to like that guy.
I love what's his goddamn name. I put the fuck.
I'm just like, why?
Tom
why
or
did they
something?
do this? So like, I'm out. I'm out after episode 5.
It's funny too. You've never seen the movies. You're just really into the extended lore, and you're like, no, dude.
Yeah.
The original Sith is actually this.
Yeah. 100%.
And you're like, so which is your favorite Star Wars movie? Like, oh, I never watched that shit.
Yeah.
Dude, just read the books, dude.
It's kind of cool though, right? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's like it feels like that's like a Republican Democrat switch where it's like Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. It's one of those things where it's like
And
one day the Sith were the good guys and the Jedi were the bad guys. Secretly they still are.
I really try not to think of stuff in like political terms like that, but I really
that's fucking Star Wars.
Well,
though. That's like the whole thing.
I know. This I did have that thought earlier today.
Yeah,
you were like you're a big like arguer on Twitter and stuff, right?
True.
Didn't you have to get off?
Retired, yeah.
You're retired. You're retired.
And that's.
Do you have any good stories from your days arguing with randos on Twitter?
With randos is a little tough, but I had the worst Twitter argument of my life was with a friend's mom.
Oh hell yeah! You follow your friend's mom on Twitter? That's weird.
No, but she's
talking shit.
She found out about my Twitter. I had a lit Twitter back in the day. I really did.
Yeah, no, I want to hear.
What was the username?
It used to be my classic go-to was always Time R93.
Okay.
Time Marciniak and then 93.
That is
year
the
of my birth. Spoiler alert.
Hell yeah.
But I gave that up.
Born? Hold on. Wait, what?
Do we want to go all the way back?
We can, yeah. Your original username, Tyler Marciniak.
I gave that. I was almost named Lewis, but whatever. Who cares about that? But I switched it recently because I don't want people to know that I was born in 93 anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's too old now.
Yeah. True.
But
yeah, you're ancient.
But it was after the 2016 election. A very volatile time, if you do remember.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
And Twitter was like kind of in its heyday as well.
Going on.
Like Twitter was just like
Twitter was
insane
popping
at
off,
that
dude.
time.
I loved
Everybody
it.
was on there. And
everyone was arguing.
Twitter was sick, dude. Twitter was really sick.
I was working in freaking Tonawanda, Texas Roadhouse. Oh my god, I was having a battle on a daily basis
with this woman. It was she like your nemesis
with all sorts of people.
Okay,
that were Trump supporters, and I was having to battle them, and I wasn't just going like. I don't know, because at that time, people would legitimately be like, well, he's a good businessman. Let's see what happens. You know, it's not like now. It's completely different now, where we know,
2024 is so different.
Right.
Yeah.
But they were like, we'll see it's something different.
Yeah.
But the day of the election, I was obviously not in great shape.
Right.
But, I was just popping off tweets, and I popped something
Firing
off.
from the hip, dude.
I popped something off. Okay, so this is 2016. So I would have been like 22.
Yeah.
So, this isn't maybe the best. I wouldn't tweet this now, per se.
Right.
But I tweeted to anyone like celebrating Trump's victory, like, we get it. You hate black people.
Valid. Valid.
And, this was like maybe the night of the election.
Yeah.
And if you need to cut this, I get it. But
we cut nothing.
This is real.
We cut nothing.
Okay, so her son is one of my good friends and one of my best friends at that time, and he was at my house smoking weed and supporting Bernie Sanders.
Right.
Again,
like a true gentleman,
as a Democrat should have in 2016.
She didn't know, but she was made aware of this tweet and then tweets at me like, why would you say?
so
And I was joking. Like,
Wait,
it was Twitter.
is she? Are they for posterity? Are these people black?
No.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Classic.
Because that would be an interesting angle if
These
they were
are
like,
hardcore
Trumpies,
Yeah.
and I won't
Trump
won't
whites,
even like
they
give
call
too many
them.
details about them just because the dude is still like one of my good friends and I
Yeah.
love him and I
Totally
respect
fine.
his parents too.
Yeah.
But they were very vocal on Twitter and they're like, older people is weird.
Yeah.
But
that is strange. Like, I would be fucking gobsmacked if one of my friends' moms.
It floored me.
If your mom just like tweeted at me,
It floored
dude.
me.
Yeah.
It floored me because I was definitely like at my apartment, like high and drunk as shit, and then like look down at my phone and just see my friend's mom tweeted at me like, "So you're just saying like all Republicans or like all people who voted for Trump are just racist and all this?"
Jesus Christ.
And I, even at my young age, when I was ready to fight, I tried to diffuse it because this is my friend's mom.
Yeah,
Correct.
So I was
nuts.
just like,
It's not a
listen,
random dude.
I was
Yeah.
just like, this is Twitter. I'm just joking.
Yes.
Like, you don't take it that seriously. But
Right.
but I did also. I was like, but also like, I don't feel like what I said was any worse than what the man who was just elected president has said before.
From
So,
day
yeah.
one. It's one of those things where it's like,
Yeah.
all right, you are for white people. This is what this is kind of the deal.
Like, she just started like kept going off on me after that a little bit, and I just kind of like I kept trying to just like back off of it. But
They
then,
want the fight. That's the
Right.
difference.
Yeah, no,
is
they're
those
as
Trumpers.
bloodthirsty, dude. I do kind of miss that old Twitter, though. Dude, now
Yeah.
that you're unemployed, you should come out of retirement.
yeah,
I
it's
would
just
follow that.
there's
I'd
just
love that.
right now. Is
Out of
just,
the nursing home,
right now
back
is
in
a
Twitter.
shitstorm with like Trump and the Bills losing.
Oh, yeah.
it's like this is just a shitstorm. I can't.
I don't wanna be in
I
any
can't
Well,
face
dude,
that
honestly,
right now.
because I've been unemployed, so I unprivated my Twitter and just started posting again.
Yep.
Which is probably a dumb move because people can just I privated it when I was actually
Yeah.
working at an
Yeah.
office, but it's all like I don't do anything. I'm not like I'm not.
Well,
dropping
as we know,
slurs.
you are a terrible person, and now that just everyone knows.
Yeah,
Now everyone
dude,
gets to hear
but
it.
it's funny now to do it because like Twitter's so dead.
Oh yeah.
It's like
It's like a mall.
it's
Twitter is
nobody's
like
there.
malls
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
literally like yelling into like an empty room.
Yeah. There's
Right.
just random fights. Everything
Well, dude,
closes
I
by
just had-
9.
I just had Mike who called into the show for the plit. We'll just talk on Twitter. Like,
Yeah.
Just have one
Oh, like
friend.
back and forth?
Yeah.
Not even text,
I'll
just
have
post
one
on it?
friend. Well, no, we'll retweet each other or whatever. But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just one guy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
Of course.
basically, and it's just like it's just a it's a fun community.
You need that one guy to
Yeah.
get your back.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. No,
Someone on the other end.
Right. Just being like, hey, I'm on Twitter. I'm on here too. I'm seeing what you're doing.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I mean, it really did just get bad in terms of like the incessant advertising. And,
Oh,
like, the
yeah.
bots
Oh
and
yeah, it's
stuff.
fucking nuts.
I
was
heard, and there's
crazy.
very like obscure, crazy company advertisements right now. Like I've
Yeah.
heard a bunch of shit where it's like just fucking,
That's
it's
everywhere now,
Crypto,
though.
Bitcoin, like
Well,
everything
dude,
is like a crypto ad.
There's like this thing with like there's like these like Indian language ads, and it's like a game.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's like it's
They
like
do- yeah.
just like a sex ad essentially.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's like
You
an
know,
ad for like male enhancement shit.
Yeah.
Like just on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, they're just on
Yeah.
YouTube, and it's like they're probably not getting flagged.
It's
No.
because it's like
insane.
written in like
Yeah.
Sanskrit or whatever.
yeah.
No,
Like,
it's insane. Like,
And they're being
seriously.
taken off of videos where people talk about fucking any certain thing that like YouTube doesn't find like
yeah, dude, it's like it's
advertiser
just so
friendly. It's like
nuts.
you're literally advertising penis enlargement. And
I-
I can't talk about my dick.
Right.
This
Yeah,
is
it's
fucked
just
up.
fucking insane,
This doesn't
dude.
make any sense.
Yeah, you can get demonetized, dude.
Free the dick.
I miss
Free
the
the
old
dick,
days, dude.
Zippers are down. Dude.
2016 was literally like the prime of internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was.
this is-
It was more like I feel like it was probably more like the fall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
That
it was
was
like
the
the bread.
precipice.
It was like the bread and circuses era of Rome,
Yeah.
but like for the
Yeah,
internet.
yeah.
Shit was just so like you could see some crazy
Well,
stuff.
so that was like I feel like people idolize like that
That was
summer
like, yeah, dude,
summer of 2016 because
100%.
fucking Pokemon Go, the
Right.
new Frank Ocean album came out.
Yeah.
Like, there
Right.
was so many things.
dude, you could
that,
still
like,
the pink guy videos were still on YouTube.
Dude, Filthy
Yeah.
Frank was
Filthy
going
Frank was
ham.
popping off.
Those were like okay days, but at
Oh,
the same time,
no,
like
it's the
Trump
fall.
was
It was in the
ruining
dark.
it.
Yeah.
We were in the dark and we were happy.
Well, the-
Yeah.
that was the
Because it
difference.
wasn't like because
The Bills were bad, but we expected them to be
They
bad.
were bad,
It's
yeah.
fine.
not to be like it's like the way that like Trump like monopolized like the online
Just culture.
because you even see it now where he was just running like
Yeah.
the podcast circuit.
Yeah.
but it's like that wasn't like Hillary Clinton wasn't doing that.
No,
Right.
no, no.
The Pokemon go to the polls thing was
Oh
kind
my
of
good
hilarious.
The most
But
tone deaf thing of politics I think has
it's
ever
so
said.
stupid. But like that's the thing where like
Pokemon go to the polls. These kids are 14. They're not going to vote
dude,
for
it was
you,
also
dude.
like when I couldn't vote, like because
what I'm
I was
saying.
like, yeah, like I turned 18 in 2016, but like so like those like from like 2012 to like 20, you know, it was none of it was even like they didn't give a shit about me. I was just like going down weird rabbit holes on the. It was just so much more innocent, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
You didn't like liking a video didn't like prop up like a fascist dude. It's like now everything is so like connected.
Yeah,
it's all
kept getting this YouTube ad that I've tried, and this is why I left Twitter, because I would try to block it and it just won't let you.
Twitter
like,
itself?
Like I would get these just like horrible like
I see what you're saying.
transphobic or like whatever
it's
advertising just forced on you, and you can't block it or anything.
No.
Like I was on YouTube and
like report the ad for whatever.
You should be able to just block. Like I'm not interested in this. Like
Yeah.
give me a different ad.
Say too, dude, like
Right.
the algorithm is totally fucked on Twitter now.
Yeah.
Like it used to be, you could find like a culture of people that like you'd have like your mutuals or whatever,
right.
and like you'd all just have like the same things come up.
It was closer to
and now
Reddit.
it's like Elon bought it, and now he's like inserted himself.
Yeah.
Everybody starts off following him.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then,
he's Tom. He's trying to be Tom.
wow.
He's trying to be Tom,
Dude, that's fucked up,
And then
man.
he will still like, you can unfollow, but he'll still insert himself into your feed.
Well, that's the thing,
It's all
dude.
fucked.
That's why I
Yeah.
got off of Twitter, was
That's
because of
crazy.
the recommended tweets or whatever that would just like, I would scroll and be like, you might like this, and I'm like, I'm following people. Why don't you show me the people that I'm following's
Right.
tweets?
Right.
And I don't know. It's
Yeah,
just
it's crazy. Oh,
It's just too much.
Yeah, it is. That is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm old enough, like, when my Twitter was popping during the time where, like, live tweet was a thing.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Where before that, just
Oh yeah,
like,
like the
like
Game of Thrones finale.
Yeah,
or like
that's
it's
like, I'm
hilarious.
gonna live tweet this movie.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
That
Dude,
just
such
is
an
what Twitter is
innocent
now.
part,
Yeah.
dude.
Right.
Yeah. Now it's
100%.
like I'm gonna live tweet this fascist fucking
Right.
march, dude.
I was like,
I'm gonna
I'm
live
live
tweet the
tweeting.
Night of Glass. dude.
Like,
you
I'm
live
live
stream
tweeting
now?
right now
Yeah.
from a war zone.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. And then
It's pretty bad out here, guys.
and then,
It's rough.
do you guys see I feel like this is bringing Ty down a little bit, but do you guys see the fucking clip of Elon when he was going like the definitely not a Nazi Elon, who was talking about how there's too much guilt in Germany?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, how do you follow up the
It's like,
salute
what did they
with
even
that?
do?
Yeah.
It wasn't even that big of a deal. They were
Yeah,
misunderstood, man.
he's like, you like the sins of the like all that
I
shit.
was trying to make heads or tails of that.
Dude,
It fucking,
you can't.
It's fucking insane.
You just can't.
Well, no, you can't make anything of it. It just
No.
was what it was.
Yeah,
dude.
I
It's
guess
just,
so.
it's just that's
There's no
what
coming
happened.
back from that. The craziest part is that was like, to me, it's like that was day one.
That is the
That
funniest
was
thing
like,
too.
all
yeah.
right, here's the keys to the castle, and then immediately Sig Heils.
And he like
That's fucking
it's
crazy.
nuts, dude.
And it's like, I don't
And then
know.
2
He's
days
escalated
later, when
for
he's
sure.
trying to
For
say not a Nazi,
He's like, that's not.
well, dude, he had
It's
to
a
like,
Roman salute. Where do you think they got it?
he like dude, he had to like he was like made to visit Auschwitz because of the
You got it.
of the anti-Semitic shit
Oh,
that was
God.
on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it keeps like popping up. Like
Yeah.
they're like the whatever, like flares that aren't being like they're being validated by like that kind of shit.
Oh yeah, dude,
Where
it's
like,
literally like Twitter is just like mask off 4chan. now.
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
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 With less anonymity,
Yeah.
and you can just get verified by giving yourself a phone number and
See, and that's
$10.
that's another reason why I'm off Twitter, is that kind of edgelord stuff doesn't
It's not funny.
it doesn't engage me like it used to. Like,
Yeah.
I used to be like, I'll go tit for tat on this, but like now I've just like, I feel like I've seen it all.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
We're tired.
it's not getting me like you think it is anymore. Like
No.
I just
No.
I don't,
We're wiser. We're older.
I don't.
We
you
gain
know,
wisdom.
I just think it's funny. I think it's still the funniest social media.
It's a
maybe I should go back.
it's a wasteland.
Like, if you can go back as just a passive observer of it,
Yeah.
there's like a bunch of unintentional funny shit.
Yeah.
That's going on, dude. Like Elon will post like jokes, which are funny, like shove them down your throat, and it's like it doesn't even make sense. Right.
It's funny
And
that
it's
he
like
thinks
this-
that they're funny.
Yeah,
It's
he's just
one of
such a
those
loser,
things.
dude. And then there are some funny people left on Twitter.
Oh, for sure.
Like I've seen.
Is
some
that
tweets that
a
have
drill
killed
guy
me.
still going?
Who?
He's just like at drill, and it's like a picture of Jack Nicholson with sunglasses.
Yeah, no, he's gone.
He is gone?
Yeah, but then, dude, what you do is you follow, like, the legacy accounts.
Oh, yeah.
Who will repost their
yeah.
tweets from back in the day.
Damn.
Because there's a lot of Twitters, like, that I followed that are just dead now.
Of course.
Or just gone, like, deleted. Or, banned or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm also a bitch.
fucking taken out.
You're a bitch?
I'm on Bluesky.
Oh,
You're on Bluesky, dude? Wave of the future, baby.
I signed the podcast up for Bluesky.
Did we?
Okay.
Oh, we're on
Follow.
Bluesky. Follow us on Bluesky.
I'm like ashamed to tell
well,
people.
I did it because, dude, it is one. Dude, I can't. Well, dude, I couldn't even do
I don't even
Threads
know
either.
what it is.
Threads makes
Fuck
me
Threads,
feel
man.
like it's just like everything is so like some dude is like, I'm so fat and ugly, and
Yeah.
it's like everybody's like, you're not fat and ugly, and
Right.
you're like, what is this, dude? Like what?
That's Facebook.
Yeah,
is also
that's,
the worst
that's Facebook
design.
was in 2008.
Yeah,
Facebook is now like. I don't even know if Facebook
Yeah,
is.
it's parents.
Dude, I just see videos
It's
of like
parents and-
Just scammers.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dude, it's just scammer, dude. It's scammers and like those
Indian bot
and
farms
those
and
like
parents.
those metal forging videos, like in the sand.
Oh, yeah.
Where
Yeah.
like they'll put like a
Yeah.
wrench in the sand,
Yeah.
and then they'll just pour like aluminum in it,
Oh my
and then
God.
above it is like some political campaign
Yeah.
from like fucking Burma. It's
Yep,
it's
of
like
course.
I'm getting like fucking council election ads for
Yeah.
like the fucking Burmese government, and then on the
Above
bottom
of
of
a
it is like
do-it-yourself video.
satisfying.
Yeah.
Satisfying. Like, Facebook is a fucking insane.
Yeah. Dude, honestly,
Facebook's like doing DMT. That's what the Facebook
yeah,
is for social media.
It's devolved
Yeah, it's
into what it
fucking
is,
insane.
its current state. It's so funny to me how much that I like I see that shit, like the fucking, they put Subway Surfers next to a fucking stand-up clip, and it's just like, to get your attention, you just watch
Yeah.
that, and then the stand.
Well, dude, they
But
started
it works.
doing it even. No, it does work.
It works.
It does work. And
My monkey
but
brain
what
is
they
like,
do
oh,
now-
what score are they gonna get?
They'll have it now too, where there'll be the Subway Surfer video.
Yeah.
And then another satisfying
Yep.
metal pouring video.
Yes.
And then the actual video on top of two other videos.
Correct.
And it's nuts.
It's actually overwhelming.
Yeah,
to
it's
think
insane.
about.
I can't
Because,
I
like,
can't.
That's heroin. That's the new heroin.
It kind of is what life can be, because most of the time,
Yeah.
I'm like watching a video while I'm like playing a game on my phone,
Yeah.
and other shit is going on. So
Yeah.
if you don't have access to that stuff, like
Yeah.
you're just a kid, it's almost like you're simulating doing it all in one.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
right. Right.
You don't even need a TV to be on your
Well,
phone
yeah, but,
watching two different
dude,
things.
Blue Sky is bizarre to scroll down.
Yeah,
because
It feels like
it's not
refugees.
great.
All the refugees are there.
I
from-
only
from
did it
Twitter.
because I'm like, all right. Usually, if you get in on the ground floor of a platform, you
True.
might
They
blow
promote
up.
your shit
They
more.
promote your shit more. So
Yeah,
I was just
for
posting
sure.
some old clips up there. And
the
I can't-
podcast?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're on
nice.
there. Yeah, so I think it's just Bird Soup.
Check
Show.
us
Just,
out on
check us out on
fucking
fucking Blue Sky, dog.
Yeah.
But you scroll.
You porn
scroll
coming
through
soon.
it, and it is so weird because it just feels like I don't know what the inclination is. Like everybody who's on one of these Twitter clones, it just feels like they're all flagellating themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Or like there's just like this weird guilty energy. Like I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
the
almost like
posts
a-
all like they just seem sad.
It's vegans.
like a self-loathing, self-importance.
Like if a vegan
Yeah.
tries to eat Impossible Burgers, like they ate meat back in the day,
Yeah.
and you're like just trying to convince yourself
They're
that
like
it's
finally
good.
got off Twitter
Right.
because I'm not
Yeah.
a racist.
Right.
And it's like
Right.
that's weird. That's a weird angle.
Right.
And they're like it's
Glad to be on the platform with zero racism.
And then
they're just like I'm on Blue
it's gonna
Sky.
be great.
And just fucking whipping
We
themselves.
love
And it really
facts.
is kind of like almost the propaganda opposite of Twitter, and
Oh,
that
yeah.
like you go on the Discover page and it's literally just like an account that is like not a real person that just like will post a picture of a cat wearing sunglasses. This is like fuck Trump.
Those are great.
It's like
though.
my attitude.
It's like-
I saw that on
God.
Blue Sky like 10 times from like 10
Yeah.
different accounts, all with like a billion or whatever.
Yeah, it's like
Sky.
fine,
Yeah.
dude, with the
Reese
Cheeto
guys?
man.
Is that what they're called?
I don't know.
With the Cheeto man back in office.
Right, right.
Like, blah, blah,
It was
blah.
like- I
Dude,
really
it's
just
so
went on
dumb.
it because, and what was hard for me to leave Twitter is for updates on sports. So like
Yeah.
they'll have up to like if somebody gets injured in a game, you can go right on there and it'll be like, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
That's the only time I go on Twitter.
But with
is
the
when
Bill
I'm watching
season
a
being
football
over-
game or whatever.
Might be out. I mean,
well, dude, you should just have like a bot account or something that just sends you the sports.
I
update.
did that on Twitter. I deleted my other account, which I like downloaded tweets or whatever and emailed them to myself.
Archive.
Yeah, archived them.
Smart man.
And then I created one where it was like I didn't follow anyone I knew. Like I just followed like the sports and music accounts that I was, like,
that you want to actually know.
Yeah, but I mean, it just didn't stop.
Because they do the people you may like, or tweets you may like.
Twitter used to be great for that. It's like not even good for that anymore though, because even if you're following people, your algorithm's going to be so fucked with like weird, like OnlyFans ads and it's just bizarre.
Whether you like it or not, it's getting in your way.
Yeah.
And do you guys know Kumail Nanjiani?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
the guy that was schlubby and then got ripped for Marvel movies.
Yeah. So I like fuck with him.
He's funny.
Yeah.
He's got good jokes.
But I was just like, I kind of did a thing where I was just like, fuck it, I'll follow like Kumail Nanjiani on Bluesky. He's on here. He's tweeting. Like I probably wouldn't follow him on Twitter, but whatever. But it's just like
Kumail's on Bluesky. Hold on. Let me get on that.
Well, like just the corny, like I'm just gonna call it a tweet because that's what it is. But like the corny like tweets are just like this isn't what I came here for either.
Oh,
like,
100%.
And it's exactly what Brody's talking about. Just being like, I can't tell if I'm like sick or it's just gestures to window outside. It's like this.
Dude, it feels like you're teleported into what Facebook was in like 2013.
Yeah,
and it's just because it's like all like the early millennial like liberal types,
right?
Who are on there,
right?
Who just like they just crave that sense of superiority.
Yeah,
but they're like, well, actually, if you didn't vote for Hillary Clinton in 2016, if you supported Bernie, you're part of the fucking problem, dude.
Yeah.
And now Cheeto Man's back in office because you didn't vote. It's like, why are we still talking about it? Why am I logging on to an app in 2024 and somebody is still hashing out the Hillary Clinton Bernie Sanders thing? It's like, dude, these people froze in time in like 2014 and have not changed.
Right.
And they hate everybody, and there's just like this like the subtlest like resentment that is compounded by this like sense of self-importance.
For sure. And they all come from bizarre. And I'm sure they all come from stable families where everything is going great. The financials are all solid. Well, dude, no, and
they're probably doing all right because they're all like the 45-year-old like early millennial.
No,
age.
I'm talking about like deep, like where they come from.
Oh yeah,
they're like
dude.
They probably have an office job now that gives them benefits and 100 like in unlimited PTO.
Like,
but it's like one of those things where like my dad got fired when I was 7 and I'm pissed about it. I need to take it out on you.
I think a good way to put it would be like they're like the type of people who would like post their Harry Potter house.
Yes,
like they would 100%. Take like that BuzzFeed quiz, but they would retake it until they got the house they wanted, and they'd be like, "I'm such a Hufflepuff," and it's like the test didn't even say that shit, dude. But it's like those types.
Yeah. Show us the original
Where's my Bluesky Hufflepuff? 1,000 replies.
Dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, 1,000. Dude, it's like, oh my god, dude. It's
Puff up, dude. Puff's in the house.
That is the vibe of Bluesky from what I've seen on the podcast.
But it's still just the overall just mental deterioration of mostly the older.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're just completely dude. And honestly, there is like that generation who were like the early adopters of the internet. I feel like they have been most brain melted.
Oh, 100%.
Like it feels like our
if you've
like,
been on
age,
E-Bomb's world, you're fucking cooked, dude.
We had
your brain is mush.
We had like a different sort of exposure to the internet than they did, where it was like all very new and like So they still
that's
they
the
still
thing.
write like they're blogging and I don't know, man. It's just very like BuzzFeed.
Yeah,
I had the older brother situation. You were the oldest, so you were like the pioneer of your internet household.
Yeah, no,
I had 2 brothers that were 7 and 8 years older than me, so I was like on fucking websites I really shouldn't have been at it. Fucking 7 years old.
Well, dude, I was also on that.
Yeah, but you found him.
But I was the one who found him. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I showed my brother the ISIS executions.
Yeah,
dude. Like,
I was such a
He's
bitch.
got to know what's going on.
I was such a bitch. I was like, guys, we're not watching this shit.
Well, dude, the thing is though, is it was like I was the oldest, but I was in
for sure.
Like I was in school. Like I would it would just go around school and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And it is like I do.
Oh yeah, what was it?
I've been doing the joke about it, like where I literally talk about like I remember when I saw like the first time I saw the Zapruder film was there was somebody in school.
What is that?
That's the film where JFK gets shot in the head. Yeah. And so I was like 10 or 11, or it was like middle school, so I was probably like 11 or 12. And I like literally this kid is like crying, laughing next to me in history class. Like crying, laughing.
Oh, and it was in history class.
Yeah, it was in history class because he like looked it up and he went on like whatever, like some uncensored website.
Yeah.
And he was just dying laughing. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is so funny? And he just turns his phone over and he shows me the Zapruder film and he's like wheezing laughing.
Is it real?
On an iPod Touch?
Yeah, it's real. It's the real video of him getting shot and he's dying laughing and he's going, she's trying to put it back together.
Oh my
God. That's crazy. So I was like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Fucking, and that was like the first time I ever watched somebody die and I was like, damn.
And that kid can vote now.
Yeah.
That's the craziest part is like he is now
but it
an
is
adult.
also like the unfettered exposure to that stuff. Was it just like I can see why a 12-year-old would find it funny.
Yeah,
right.
well,
like it makes sense.
It doesn't. There's no like reference or anywhere to like base off of like they don't know someone that died.
Like our parents didn't really
like,
know.
That's crazy.
The parent like once you're at school. And like
right.
people had smartphones by the time I was in 6th grade.
Yeah, you're in the devil's hands at that point.
Yeah,
dude.
So it's like
every day I got home with my iPod Touch, it was lesbian porn city, dude. Every day,
dude.
I throw away so much underwear, and they had to buy me.
That's
way
how
more.
you know you're still a kid. Is that you still are watching lesbian porn,
dude? That's the thing. I didn't want to watch porn with
once
dicks
you become okay with dicks in your porn, that's when you're a man.
That's an
dog.
adult.
Okay.
That's when you can you can vote when you watch dicks in the porn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess lesbian porn just kind of like falls off as
it does.
It rules. It rules as a kid to intro you. You're just like 2 girls having fun with each other. Sign me up, dude.
You think lesbian porn is gay? I mean, yeah. Like,
and then you grow up and you're like, wait, this shit's gay?
In a literal sense.
Wait, I'm not about all that gay shit. Give me dicks, dude.
But yeah, no, but
and
like,
one dick.
But it's like, dude,
or
like,
a bunch and one lady. That's fine too.
Do you like not? I don't know. I like in the like by the time I was in 4th grade, the way that people would talk in school, it would literally be like South Park or whatever. Like you would just
100%.
The amount of like words that you would hear come out of kids' mouths in 4th grade, you'd be like.
That's probably the exact grade. I feel like when I started watching like South Park because the kids in school are talking about it.
And then I watched Chappelle's show at like 8.
Dude, everybody's just saying shit. Like they don't know what it means either.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
They're just like,
oh my god, I think back at some of the stuff that I was saying as a kid that I truly just had no idea.
You don't understand it. You're just like, oh, that's cool to be edgy. Like that's the edge.
It's the edgy shit.
Oh, right. And you're just parodying like somebody's stepdad. Like
we
had that kid.
The same kid's
we had that kid.
Like
John. I'll say him because fuck it. The's no way he's
John. Which one?
There's no way he's John.
Which John?
I'm not gonna say his last name.
What's the first initial?
M.
Oh shit.
John Morella.
Oh shit.
There it is.
Got him.
So
exposed.
That
was like a Kanye moment, dude. I'm not gonna say it.
He was the right. He was the stepdad kid who was like, my dad told me about this. Like, you guys want to hear about it? We're like, yeah, let's do this. And we were under the belief, the one I remember more than anything. Well, I guess there's 2 main things. Mm-hmm. We were led to believe that sexual intercourse was all the main kind was anal.
Of course.
Oh, that's great, dude.
The main.
Well, actually, maybe we weren't all led to believe that, but that's what I would believe.
John just didn't know what a vagina was. He was like, "What else are they gonna do?"
That was probably me, actually.
Right.
But it's like, it's literally like South Park.
It's like I got one of those.
Oh, and
okay. What else?
The other thing, again, could have been just my own beliefs, but we were led to believe from his stepdad that cocaine would make your penis bigger.
Right.
No way.
So we,
quite the opposite, I've heard.
As 4th graders, would be talking about how we couldn't wait to be older and
do cocaine.
Do as much cocaine as possible.
Yep.
So
to get your dick as big as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's a real Faustian bargain because your dick is never getting hard. But
no way.
It's huge.
No way.
Yeah, dude, I remember.
You get to 17 and you're just like, fuck, they lied to me.
Do you know
There's
that's actually crazy? I don't know when that belief when I would have been like,
when you
that
actually
makes
figured
no
it
sense.
out. Yeah, it was like 3 weeks ago. You're like, hey, wait a second, my dick's the same size.
Like I feel like that would be like more being talked about right now.
Yeah,
if that was real.
Well, dude,
that
I
would
remember
mean there'd be a lot of interesting Twitter ads. Yeah. That's for sure.
There was this kid. I fucking forget his name, but I'm saying he told a joke about
John
another
M.
kid. Yeah. This was like literally in 3rd or 4th grade, and so he told a joke about another kid that we were all just hanging out, and he goes, "Why does the kid he was making fun of, his name was Matt? He's like, why does Matthew's girlfriend Matthew's girlfriend chokes. It's a terrible. It's so stupid. It's like Matthew's girlfriend chokes on her toothbrush, but not on Matt's dick.
Right.
And I was like,
and which grade is it?
What grade is this? I'm a fourth grader. I'm like, how big is this guy's dick that it's bigger than a toothbrush at 10 years old? I remember thinking that, like, everybody was laughing just because he said dick or whatever.
Right.
But it's like, I was like, my 4th grade brain was like, how is my dick supposed to be as big as a toothbrush?
Yeah. 100%. That's gonna throw you for a loop right there.
You're like, so just for a long time, I was like, oh, is anybody's dick? If your dick is not bigger than a toothbrush in 4th grade, you have a little dick. And I just like thought that until
like, that's just like fuck you up.
I was just like, 100%. What the fuck? Like, because the joke is so stupid.
Oh yeah.
So and then he chokes on her tooth. Who the fuck is choking on a toothbruch? And like, it made no sense. But
I choke on a toothbrush.
I was like, holy shit, dude, my dick
you don't
is
brush
tiny,
your tongue, dude.
My dick.
You gotta brush your tongue more, man.
How far back?
Man, my gag reflex is better than yours, I guess.
I gotta fix my halitosis somehow, man.
Dude.
I don't know if I have halitosis, but I
You
might.
gotta do a Heimlich maneuver.
Yeah. You're like,
if
you don't, I'm dying. You're like,
if you don't gag, it's not deep enough. Yeah. That's the thing.
No, I don't. Yeah, so probably for like until I watched porn for the first time when I realized like, oh no, it's like.
This guy's dick is way bigger than a toothbrush.
Yeah, but I was like,
she's not choking on it at all.
Yeah. I'm like, am I as a 10-year-old supposed to have a dick that is bigger than my toothbrush? I'm like, that's just such a weird comparison.
Yeah. Well, it just feels like at that point too, that was like the moment that planted the seed where every time you brush your teeth, you like bring it down just to measure it. Really.
Yeah, exactly. You're like,
and then eventually you're like, God damn it, not today.
Like, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. My dick. Like, I'm sorry, babe. My dick's not as big as a toothbrush.
Yeah, I don't know.
I got toys in my house.
Like I only use travel toothbrushes. So I was like,
it's also just like funny. It's like just to imagine.
You fudge the numbers. They never said which toothpaste or toothbrush you're talking about.
And it's just parroting, obviously, because it's not like our dicks were like really working. It's like I don't think he even had a girlfriend. He just was a made up concept.
No way.
No, hypothetical girlfriend. Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, dude, his hypothetical girlfriend was
fucking Lola Bunny. That's my hypothetical.
She's got a terrible gag reflex.
She goes to another school.
Yeah, dude, Jessica Simpson sucking a 4th grader.
I mean, that was my dream in 4th grade.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Jessica Simpson was like the queen of my 4th grade class.
Who's 4th grade?
And Pamela Anderson for some reason.
Pamela Anderson is somebody always talks about.
I feel like the Megan Fox.
Megan Fox was probably our generation because
it's Transformers.
I forgot about that.
I think Jennifer's Body came out.
Yeah.
Jennifer's Body and Transformers.
At the same time.
I cemented her as one of the greats.
Yeah.
Of our generation for sure.
The most
but
beautiful
then she kind of fucked it all
of our
up
time
with her late. I don't know what she's doing now.
With fucking Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Like, I apologize to anyone that likes MGK. I was really not going to try to shit on anything. Guys, I try not to like share my opinions with people because people get upset. But like, we are friends, so I would share my opinion with you.
Yeah.
But like, this dude MGK, I mean, come on, like one of the most talentless, like
it's ridiculous,
just absolute jokes of a human being, and like old and like. So lame, and I just do not get it.
Isn't he doing like an emo pivot?
He's
right
doing
now?
He's pop punk now.
He's like a pop punk guy.
Oh yeah. I mean the rap.
He wants to be Travis Barker.
The rap thing was one. I would actually really prefer him to go back to doing that.
Yeah,
which is an insane thing to say because that was awful.
Because that was bad too.
And then he did. Do you guys remember the original rap beef of MGK versus Eminem?
Oh, I remember.
No, yeah, well,
I do remember.
Didn't he like dissed him on a song? It was so stupid.
And that was like when he got it. That was just like literally shameless, just label propping up this man.
Just trying to get they wanted to
And it
start.
He
worked.
wants to smoke.
Well, dude,
Yeah, smoke
I have to
gets
say,
attention.
man,
Attention.
And
gets
Eminem
money.
came back somehow.
Yeah.
And he sucks. His
Yeah,
album was
Eminem is
trash.
terrible, dude.
People are talking
old,
about this
dude.
album like, this album was pretty good.
He's making his comeback, dude.
What the fuck?
What the fuck are you talking
Are we
about?
listening to two different things?
Yeah.
It's insane.
This is horrible.
Well, dude, it's
You
all
got two different ears, that's for sure.
It's like one of those things where it's like, again, it's like that generation of people
Yeah.
who's like deciding shit now are just nostalgic
Right.
Yeah.
for
Right.
like the fucking, Slim Shady and
Yeah.
like the
100%.
fucking 8 Mile fucking album.
People that still love Eminem, post on MLM. People that still love Eminem. I can't even fucking talk.
People love M&M's, I think.
They post on Facebook every day. It's that crowd that's
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna this is my platform. This is what I got onto first. I'm just sticking with it, no matter how little people are on here or how much
Right.
I hate this thing. It's I get my cat videos and that's
Right.
fine.
But like Eminem put out several just completely irrelevant albums over
yeah.
a long period of time.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason, like this one like garnered so
Well, dude,
much
he would also
buzz.
just like randomly be making like soundtracks for movies and shit, too.
Oh, was he? I
But
didn't
dude,
even know
rap
that.
beefs are just stupid as fuck.
Well, the
Like, I saw
Kendrick,
this
Kendrick Drake stuff got
Kendrick Drake
pretty
stuff was
interesting.
good. It was funny.
Like, got pretty
but
pretty
dude,
crazy.
but Kendrick was also mad. Like Snoop had to call and apologize for like posting about Taylor Swift.
Right.
Really?
Which is think about what rap beefs were like
Yeah.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
And like, can you imagine if like
First off, fuck your bitch and the click you came.
Biggie got shot because he
really
he
got
posted about because he posted about Taylor Swift.
Right.
Like I have to call somebody and apologize
Yeah,
for
yeah.
retweeting something now. That's how
100%.
fucking
Right.
it's just, you get to a point where you're like so rich.
Yeah.
There's no real beef. Like, I don't know,
Right,
man. It's
right.
just like anything that's like prominent, which is why the Kendrick thing was funny.
Yeah.
Because it was like so relevant and he's just calling Drake a pedophile.
That's the
It's
best.
so crazy.
And it's hilarious.
The best way to win a rap beef would be like repeatedly bring up receipts
Yeah.
and examples of how you are a pedophile and you are
it
fake
just
as
doesn't-
shit.
yeah.
That is just so crazy
Incredible.
to not answer back though. Like
Well, that's the worst.
Well,
part.
dude, but also you can't, because he just kept going, I know what he's going to say.
Yeah.
And it's like,
he's got people inside. I got people on the inside.
it'd be like if a guy like came into like To Catch a Predator or whatever, and he's like, well, I know what you're gonna fucking say about me.
Yeah.
It's like, well, dude, you're still doing the just. What are you telling me?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like,
But
that's
you
not
guess
a
why I'm
great
here.
defense. It's like you're gonna say I did it. It's like
right.
that's
Well, no,
a
so-
terrible
Right.
argument for that. You're not even saying I didn't do it.
That
Like,
was the one argument in, I don't remember which like song it was, the Drake thing, but basically his argument was, I'm too rich and famous to be a pedophile, because if at any chance that had happened, it would have come out by now. Right after
that is-
the whole Jeffrey Epstein stuff
It's
came
so
out,
fucking
where
nuts.
there are all the most, the biggest dump of like secret pedophiles that are
Yeah.
all rich and famous people.
It's so stupid to say that,
Like,
dude. 'Cause
what?
It's like if it's almost like statistically speaking a prerequisite
Yeah.
for being a pedophile
That's-
that you just
yeah.
have to be rich
Right.
enough to get away with it.
Exactly.
It makes you extremely more likely to get away.
100%.
But it's like also that like if you've ever seen fucking To Catch a Predator, that is
Yeah.
literally the logic of one of those
Oh,
people.
100%.
Like that's what they would say.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's exactly the kind of shit they would say.
It's like we were just talking.
I didn't say I would force it on
Yeah,
her,
yeah,
but
yeah.
if she wanted to,
I'm just here for the.
You're like, I was coming here to teach her a lesson, actually, dude.
But I also really, really hate Drake and think he's just corny. I just hate like,
100%.
corny people.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I
Fake.
mean,
Fake as
the
shit.
thing he is very fit. Like he's very
He's an actor.
inauthentic.
Yeah.
He's an actor.
He was
He got
on
shot
fucking what
and
was he
paralyzed.
on?
Degrassi, dude.
In Degrassi, yeah.
Wheelchair Tony or
you guys,
wheelchair
you
something.
guys know
Jimmy.
the club
Wheelchair
I
Jimmy.
used to work at, and it was just like, to me, I feel like I fully came to understand Drake after working at a nightclub. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, after seeing the like,
That's one of the things where it's like,
The
I don't see
depravity.
the appeal.
right,
but
let
it's
me
like,
let me tell you who is listening to this music and who it is for. It is for
People who do not remember their nights.
right, rich white people who go to the club, spend mom and dad's money, and get super fucked up, and then talk to the same girls and guys, and then they go on Instagram and post a Drake lyric as their Instagram caption.
oh, it's so nuts, dude.
If you listen to the music and put yourself in the mindset of like a 23-year-old at a club in downtown Buffalo, and you're fucked up and you're seeing yourself as like main character energy.
Oh, right. Yeah,
You
you're
listen,
like, you
that's where
started
Drake-
from the bottom, and it's like, you're like, you're from like the fucking Hamptons. You're like, it's insane,
right? And it'll be
because I lived in my parents' furnished basement.
Yeah, dude. I owned the whole basement from the time I was 5. That's what that lyric means to me.
The Drake lyric. Imagine if I never met the Broskis. That is the
lyric.
Perfect example. Yeah. Yes,
and people post that.
That's just like that is what that's who he's speaking to.
Imagine,
the Broskis.
People that hate women.
The Broskis.
Pretty much. They hate women, but also want to fuck women, which is kind of a crazy thing that they get to do.
The sons of like judges,
literally,
who are just ripping lines and like
I know
being
for
like
a fact because I've seen the credit cards.
being like I love you, bro. I love you, bro.
Yes, seriously, like all on mom and dad's card, but the kids who are hanging out with them know it too. But that's why they're doing it.
But it's the opportunity that one day it's trickle down economics. But for bros, it's like this money, this friend's money will trickle down.
Economics works at Rec Room.
Yeah, 100%.
It really does.
Well, when you're drunk, I mean, the trickling down is alcohol.
Oh, shit, I said it. Oh well.
Yeah.
Rec Room pisses me off sometimes because like they can have like a
That's
good
a chip strip, dog.
They can have a good vibe going for a show. Like if there's like a, you know what I mean, like they get some decent acts there.
One of my first
but they
local
fucking
shows,
hard out at like 10, so they can turn it in, so they can do fucking bottle service on the stage.
It's embarrassing.
It's it's insane
because they got the freaking barbacks like helping the bands load out, which is like really
That's
weird.
Insane.
But they're like getting rushed the hell out.
Yeah, because they have to fucking leave.
Listen, like you have to. It's just not a good way to treat bands.
No,
it's not a good way.
But
to
the
treat
thing is too, is it's like it's a good location.
Great location.
The room's good,
and they really do try to treat the bands well there, and they do a pretty good job. But like the way they do
they
that
are one of the few places that promotes pretty well too.
Yes,
right.
In terms of like filling out, I mean, they get like a decent, like not like high tier acts, but like touring acts will go there that are good.
They know who to get to fill the place. I
mean,
yeah. So.
I saw that.
But that's the problem. Is like you could have a great vibe going for a show,
right?
And people be like cheering, like encore, whatever, all that shit, and then lights flash on, because they literally have to turn the stage into booths,
and then the band is still not gone, and like, there's people on the stage they were just playing on, which like look again, you don't need to.
That's just disrespectful.
It's like they're traveling artists, like you know, it's just like it almost like would be tough to see that and just be like, man, like what am I even doing?
It's insane.
Like
100%. I mean, I saw Post Animal, if you know who they are. I saw them there in like 2017 because I was I just found these guys. Like I was super into like the psych rock shit and everything, and that was a great show. It was like one of those things where like I didn't know what was good and bad. And it was like I wasn't like a bar guy. I wouldn't like go out or do much of anything really. I was under 21, so I wouldn't even, I couldn't really do much. But that was like one of those things where I'm like, oh, like going out and doing stuff is fun. And then now that I've gone through so many other like local shows and like bigger shows and everything, it's just like what a mid experience that was.
That's another thing too. I feel like that's like with Mohawk being gone, that's like the only venue left that would be
I mean
like 16 plus or whatever.
Yeah,
right.
Like all the other venues in Buffalo are like 20.
Which if you're 16 years old, you should not be on Chippewa.
No, you shouldn't really. Well, that's the only place you can go with a fake.
Right.
Which is the problem.
You can be there, but you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't be.
Dude, Chippewa's fucking disgusting.
It's nuts.
I never liked Chippewa.
It's nuts and gross.
Chippewa's fucking
insane. It was an experience for sure. But
how long did you work there?
I worked there for probably like 2 years.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah. And like
I
was still vibing. I ended up, getting to the point where I was bartending.
There you go.
Yeah, because
I mean, it's fucking expensive to drink there too. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
for no reason.
I was really not interested in like the social aspect, so I was just like a beast. And so my numbers were good on the register, so I like got to bartend, which was cool.
Nice.
And I mean, I wouldn't do it anymore, obviously, but it was a crazy experience. It was fun.
Yeah.
And like you
gotta go through it.
You hear the crazy shit that happens on Chippewa, like a car crash into a building, like that happens every weekend night, every week.
Oh yeah,
like
there's
there's a brawl. Like come that 4 a.m. time, like that section between Elmwood and Franklin is like literally a sea of people, and it's insane. Yeah. And like there's people fighting, there's people fucking,
and it's all the fucking worst people too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I guess fucking Alan can get pretty degenerate too, but you're not.
But that's more. I feel like Alan's more artsy.
Alan's
they at least have
artsy.
an element of like musicians.
Alan's fucking dying now too, though.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
like it's getting burnt down.
2 fires in a year is unprecedented.
Yeah. Well, they just want to turn that lot into an apartment complex,
for sure.
which is disgusting.
And you can sell more. Like
it's gonna be a brutalist apartment.
Yeah, or you talk about
bar.
the movie Brutalist?
No, it's just gonna be the Brutalist style.
Oh,
you guys ever like fuck with Good Bar? Or I'm sorry, Brick Bar?
Brick Bar?
No,
we went in there one time and we both got hit on and felt weird. At least that's the one time we both went.
That's the one time we went together.
Yeah.
It was fucking it was an old man.
It was an old man.
Oh, shit.
He like followed us.
It was a predator.
We were shooting for was it the Passed Out show?
I think so.
We were shooting for Passed Out.
That might have been the Bright Eyes night.
So we were doing something at Nietzsche's that night, and like this guy like literally followed us out, and he's like, "What's the move, boys?"
Yeah.
I mean, it was so like
it was sketchy.
It was so.
We're going to see Passed Out. You in?
Yeah, dude. It was like.
You trying to get sad tonight,
He was
boy?
so aggressive, and like his friend was trying to get him away, like to get him to like go back with his group, and he's like, "No, I'm hanging out over here with these boys."
It
was like
Herbert from Family Guy.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Without
the wheelchair.
Dude.
It
was like
walker.
I spent a lot of time in Brick Bar. My old apartment when I was like 21, that was like our main spot on Allen, and it was just crazy because it was kind of just like an enlarged Pink in many ways.
Yeah,
and
the space was great.
It was really tall ceilings.
Anything goes, and they had like a back bar, like far back, and one of the bartenders who works at Good Bar used to bartend back there, and like it was crazy. Yeah, like it just seemed like she was in a shack or something like that back there, and he
like
was
a merchant
Brick Bar, like literally like the Resident Evil merchant back. What are you buying? Like 300 shots.
I didn't mind it. Like I had been a couple other like we had that one bad experience, and I didn't mind. I felt like I was always more like I started Nietzsche's and I go to the Pink or whatever.
Yeah,
like I was more gravitated towards the Pink. But that was just me.
Yeah,
the Pink was tough for a tall man. I felt like those ceilings were very like right there. But I feel like I don't know.
When we first really started, I mean, the place I'm most
you
regular
is
Nietzsche's and Good Bar.
Yeah,
but Pink was like a finisher.
Good Bar I probably spent the most time at.
Yeah, Good Bar is probably my number one, like in terms of just time spent.
And I like the Pink, but my friends have this thing where they were just like hardcore, like we don't go there till it's 3 a.m.
Yeah,
and so like I did plenty of times, but I hadn't been there in a while, before it burned down, and it is sad. But even like Mohawk Place about to be closing, I just don't necessarily have like extreme emotional connections to like buildings. I mean,
that was the first show we ever filmed.
The reason it's sadder would be more like because of like what it's going to be,
right?
Yeah, like because they're just gonna turn it into like they're gonna try to like sell it to the city, and they're probably just gonna turn it into like there's gonna be like a Panera Bread there, and like I'm not saying that
if that does happen,
this is all conjecture. What I'm saying is like especially with them both burning down, it's more about like the culture of Allen that's changing,
and the historic
nature, and especially the Brick Bar facade was sweet, and then you do have a lot of history with the whatever it used to like the Flamingo and all that, like it went through a lot of iterations, man, and so that's more. I don't really give a shit about the building itself necessarily, but it's more like I'm gonna be sad next time I walk down Allen and there's a goddamn Panera Bread.
I guess it's just basically a coping mechanism for myself.
What do you mean?
Just be like, I mean, I'm like, it's sad for sure, but I'm just like, I mean, at least it's not like a friend.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And
in a way, it is like it's a crazy like.
I mean, I feel like if like Nietzsche's burned down, that would get to me on like a personal level.
Rough,
but anywhere else
that's the thing.
Whatever.
It's like the
building wise.
But that like how in movies they say like the city is like another character in the thing. Like it's like one of those things where it's like the backdrop being what it is, and then having so many like experiences and everything in it. Well, I feel like it definitely just like it barring like the new like them building something else. It's just like a piece of history that you. Like, it's like remembering that you can't be a kid again. Yeah. In the sense that, like, to go back is the only way.
Right.
Like,
well, dude, that's the thing, too. It's like I like
and it's gone, so you can't go back.
Right.
Like, I grew up in 2 different houses, and I, like, drove by my, like, old house one time.
Oh, it feels so weird.
And it just felt weird.
I've done it.
It looked completely different. Like, and I'm like, I don't have, like, an emotional connection to it, but it's like, that's weird to see things.
Dude. Yeah. I say that as someone who has a tattoo of my house number.
Yeah, there you go.
But like at the same time, my parents are like going to be moving soon. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I'll be like. I've had a lot of friends who were like severely distraught, like when their parents like sold their childhood home and stuff like that.
I wasn't distraught.
But selling
I
it is different than it burning down too. I will say that.
Right.
Because it still exists.
My family did both.
Yeah, your family did it.
My house caught fire. We built it back again. Lived there for like 3 years, and they're like, I want to go to Arizona.
I feel like I'm just causing just like boring conversation. Like nothing funny is happening.
No. This is we're in the real shit.
We do whatever. We talk about whatever.
I know.
Burning things down is so funny,
it's
Tyler.
up to
I don't
you
know
guys.
what you're talking about.
No, you're doing great, man. This has been fun.
The death of Buffalo is like one of the funniest things I could think of right now.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what would be a funny topic? Do you guys? What would be good? Do you have a book you're reading?
I was gonna say that. It's not that funny, but it is like I started reading
Green Eggs and Ham.
No. It was one of Dr. Seuss's more literary works.
One of his denser, more difficult pieces.
It's not Green Eggs and Ham isn't Kafka-esque enough for me.
Yeah, dude. So it's called The Cat in the Hat. Actually, one of his more difficult works.
No, I started the audiobook for Kitchen Confidential.
Oh,
because I was like, I just watched
Fuck with Anthony
Parts
Bourdain,
Unknown
dog.
a little bit ago.
Oh yeah, you showed the episode,
yeah,
the best episode of that show.
And that's why I was like, you know what? Let me just start the book. Like I'm getting so sick of like podcasts and like I listen to. So here's my day
dude,
of
listen to this one.
Yeah, please.
Podcasts fucking suck.
No, it's just I go through phases, but like so the Bills lost yesterday.
R.I.P.
Rough times. So today, basically, my journey through media was the new Mac Miller album because I didn't listen to that yet. Sad, a lot of death themes, and it reminded me like, oh yeah, we could be dead right now, and that would be so much worse than the Bills losing. So that kind of made things a little bit better. But then it was like, I got done with that, and I'm like, what the fuck else? And then so I was like, let's get into fucking books about the assholes cooking food.
Dude, it's a really good book. He narrates himself.
Oh, it's perfect. Yeah.
He's a great narrator.
100%. And that's like, I feel like that's a thing with a lot of audiobooks. Again, not funny, but this is at least a different thing. But it's like if the author doesn't read it if whoever is reading it isn't like engaging, I'm out. I started Fight Club. I got like maybe 2 minutes in and I was like, I don't want to hear this through audiobook right now.
Yeah.
So, but then going to him, it's almost like a YouTube video essay where it's like on in the background and like you could put like different visuals on it, but it's just he just wrote a thing and then is now reading it. So,
yeah, I go through phases too like that. I haven't listened. I just don't. I was never like a big like podcast wise. I would listen to very few podcasts.
Right. That's probably why this one isn't that good.
But like, probably why all podcasts suck, and I don't know what anybody listening to this for. I like them. It's just like they were like they're so dependent on who's I don't like them as a concept.
Right. No, you're doing it to like hang out with the people doing it.
Yeah,
like that's really the thing.
What do you like to listen to, Tyler?
So I really came in on like the ground floor of podcasting.
Oh shit!
I feel like
Joe Rogan.
No.
No
Rogan.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, I was a what the fucker for a minute for sure.
You were what the fucker.
I was like first. Dude, I was like first 200 episodes of Marin. Like,
oh, that's crazy.
Marin was great at a point.
Because you guys know my brother Jake.
Yes.
They are very into podcasts and like comedy, especially.
Yep.
And a lot of like West Coast like alt comedians were making podcasts, like starting them at that time.
Alt comedy scene.
So that's what they used to call it back then.
No, I know it's just funny to think about. Yeah.
Right. But
like Joe Pera podcast. Yeah.
So he sort of
shout out
introduced me to some of them, and at first I was just like, what is this?
Yeah.
But then I started listening to Marin, but it wasn't my favorite, but it was interesting. And when you're like a young adult, it's like very interesting to like think about things that you've never thought about before.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And then like I listened to like the
Damn near
Scar Brothers podcast.
I think he just did a thing with Marin. I like his like comedy. He's funny, like on stage.
He's a great
I just
writer.
think he's like a griper now. He just got old, and he's just kind of.
He's
always been
crotchety
bitchy and crotchety, but it's like
he became too big. Like,
he
just became too.
That's what I'm saying. Where it's literally like the Seinfeld effect, where it's like you are doing a thing that was funny when you were relatable, and you've gotten so big and become. It's really hard to relate to you bitching about your house in Albuquerque and your house in LA,
right?
And your house. It's like.
You have a show about you driving a different car every
rich
episode.
Guy thing is not as funny as doing the crotchety struggling comedian thing.
Because when he first started, I mean, he would get fucking real at the start of his podcast and like tell some crazy ass stories.
Well, because dude, because he was like in like the prime of the like he came up in like the prime of like the LA comedy scene or whatever, like in the 80s,
It
where
was
it was just
fucked
like
up when he
fucking
came up.
parties, like just insane shit. And so like the early episodes of Maron were good. It just you have Obama on. I can't really relate to a guy who had a sit down conversation with the goddamn president. Or you have to try very hard to maintain relatability at that point.
That's what happened to me too. I feel like I really liked Pete Holmes' podcast. I listened from like, the first episode.
Oh man, I can't.
And I listened for a while, and just because I don't know,
get him started.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
I don't like
I fell
Pete
off
Holmes.
of it, and yeah, I mean, I don't really like his shit anymore.
I really liked Crashing. I got in like after I can't stand him on podcasts.
Yeah, it's infuriating.
He gets a little out there.
He is so self-righteous.
Yeah,
you could hear it in the intonation of his voice.
Yeah,
it would no matter how smart what he's saying is.
Yeah,
it oozes. I feel
boy.
like it just sounds. It's like how a vegan talks about eating vegan. It's like everything he says. He's like, well, why does it have to be this way? It's like, fuck
for
you,
a guy
dude.
who got famous off of like viral Batman videos.
Yeah, right.
It's fucking nuts, dude.
And like but when he first started the podcast, he was probably like 28, 29.
Yeah.
And he was like legit going through like some crazy shit. Like he was like freshly divorced.
Yeah, like what the show.
And he was like openly like, I've only slept with one woman in my life.
Yeah.
Which that's the thing, right? It's like if people like
could you imagine?
And I was like, me too. I'm
like with podcasts, we're talking about like hanging out.
Yeah.
It's like way more interesting to have somebody be talking like as they're going through something.
Yeah.
And then you get to the point where they have it figured out, and they just ooze like this like superiority or whatever.
And really, the fan base is what kind of, because they get the cult of personality.
Yeah, for sure.
The fan base just gets to a point where it's just like they'll just eat shit from the person.
Yeah.
And then at that point, it's so tough.
Why
to, like,
wouldn't you
get
phone it
anything
in?
honest
I don't blame him. Like, it's hard to make
like
it.
the Kumail Nanjiani tweet. It's just like, I get it. You probably get a shit ton of engagement off of this.
Oh,
but
for
like,
sure.
There's no way you actually think this is funny.
No,
well, and that's how I got with like your mom's house and
your
like
cat
all the
memes,
Two Bears
dude.
stuff. Dude,
I
it's
mean,
just,
that did happen with Tom Segura and all
sucks.
them too.
Because it's like you go back to the old ones, and the old ones are still great, and it's like still like when it's sort of
just
pure.
also it's so funny that like what blew up that scene was Chris D'Elia.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
I used to listen to that shit all the time.
That fucking sucked so hard.
Oh,
he was literally
back,
playing a
terrible.
pedophile in that
69.
stupid show.
Yeah.
And then that he gets caught for like banging 16.
Workaholics is like literally like one of the top 3 most influential shows in my life.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a good show. I'm just saying
it's a good
for
show.
better
It's a
or
good
worse.
show.
It is.
I like
fun.
I
It's
like
fun.
some. To me, it's inconsistent.
For sure.
Some episodes are like not funny at all, and some episodes are hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I just remember the one where they're all like stuck in the office and they think somebody's breaking in.
Yeah, that's the
And
best
then,
episode.
Adam
That's the best
Devine
one.
like
And
takes
they
off
take
his shirt and he's like,
Yeah.
he's like this,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Are
Stop
you flexing?"
flexing.
And you're like, "I'm not. What are you talking about?"
I'm not flexing. You flexing,
Just
bro?
naturally, dude.
No. That show is good, but yeah, that's like the 3rd episode, and I don't think there's not one that's better than
No,
that.
that's what I'm saying. Though. It's
and
like
it went for like 6 seasons.
it's like that one. Like it peaked when I saw that one, and then it's
and
like,
I listened. Speaking of podcasts, I listened to their podcast, and
I used to.
It came out a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And
I miss Kyle.
I do like them. Yeah, I really do miss Kyle too, because he was like the realest one.
Yeah.
But they do sometimes veer into like rich guy complaint territory,
Yeah.
and also like got super successful at a young age, and like
Off of making
lost
YouTube
touch with
videos.
reality like a little bit.
Don't you hate when your gardener doesn't trim the hedges correctly? You're like, I don't know what the fuck that means, dude. It's like, but you have.
You hate when you only have a 20 on you and you have to tip the guy,
And I'm like,
then you're like,
okay.
I guess.
Not only do you have enough money for a garden, you have enough money to pay somebody else to do it. Like it's insane to me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's like, I don't know, man. Like fucking. The Sunny podcast was really good. I don't know. That one was. It's dead now.
Fizzled.
Yeah,
That is
Fizzled out.
the thing. Well, dude, 'cause
They knew when
fucking,
to end it.
yeah, you know who fucking, well, we already talked about this.
Who was that?
Fucking Ryan Reynolds sucks cocks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Fuck
god.
that
Ryan
guy.
Reynolds.
The
Ryan Reynolds ended
worst.
the Always Sunny podcast. That's
Yeah, it's his
canon.
fault.
This is canon right now.
Oh, really?
We're stating
Well,
it.
dude, it's just they just like
I don't know.
Wait.
I
He
mean, I
just
put the
he just
pieces together.
drove like the going theory in the fan base is his friendship with
Rob
McElhenney is like the reason that like he's getting away from like Sonny and stuff.
Yep.
Because they did the Wrexham thing and all that, and then
No, apparently
still
doing
doing
more
it.
shit. They're
I thought they sold the team.
that
Did
just,
they?
That seems
What?
like it's going to
That
be their
makes sense.
downfall for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because it's like they were already like it's
Rich
one
guy
of those.
shit.
Like, what are
dude.
they doing?
It's
rich
one of
guy
those
shit.
rare shows
Charlie
that
Day
like
seems cool.
maintained. Like Charlie Day seems fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And that show did maintain at some level quality for like a longer time than any other
For
sitcom.
sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
But it's like like it just seems that Rob has just become like he has that issue.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, there's the characters like at some level where they're like they've never necessarily been like likable people.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's like Charlie Day is like intensely likable.
Oh my
No,
God,
for sure.
yeah.
So he can carry them at that level.
No,
Yeah.
he was great. He's actually probably one of the best like celebrities I've heard on a podcast of being like, okay, he sounds like an actual nice guy.
Yeah.
And
He sounds like a normal dude.
a guy that just does his
Yeah.
job and then goes home and like he's fucking insanely talented, like playing the
Really.
piano and
Yeah.
everything. Like,
yeah, no, really.
he's fucking awesome.
Dayman, dude.
Shout out.
Shout out Dayman.
Shout out to Dayman. Shout out to Charlie Day. If he
Charlie
ever wants
Day.
to come on Bird Soup Podcast.
Yeah.
Oh
Charlie
yeah,
Day,
dude,
open
we'll
invite.
have Charlie Day, dude.
Ryan Reynolds, you're getting stopped at the door, buddy.
Yeah.
You're getting
We're actually
jumped.
film you getting denied entry to this podcast and then post about it because then we can influence the public. Now we're gonna be the new Always Sunny podcast. We're just take
We're
their
just gonna
place.
talk about making Always Sunny. We've
Yeah.
never been
Go through each
anywhere
episode and be
near-
like, "Nah, I love
never
this
been
scene."
I don't
anywhere
really
near-
remember
love
that,
when I
but
did
okay.
this, dude. And so when we were really trying to break through the writing on this one,
Yeah.
it was like,
Right.
100%.
yeah.
Be like, do you remember when we had the argument about this scene?
Yeah.
Well, no, but I'm sure we did.
We
Like,
did.
It was a good show.
tenfold.
Though. And when they did the episode where they had like the doctor like test.
Oh, yeah.
to see who was like the most healthy.
Hilarious.
That shit was
It's
great.
so
Great.
funny.
And okay,
I'm packing on mass, dude.
they're talking about doing that on the Workaholics podcast.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, like, okay, they already stole a ton of shit from their TV show.
100%.
Maybe it's just great minds think alike or similar minds, but like they have done so much of the same shit.
Oh, yeah.
as It's Always
Does
Sunny.
wait? So wait.
Well, it's sitcom
What
based.
is
They
the
just have a
Workaholics
job.
podcast like them going through their show,
No,
or
it's
is it just them?
No, they're just hanging out.
shooting the
They're
shit.
just talking. Yeah,
That's
So like
sick.
what's going on in their life
and
and
it's
stuff.
it's somewhat funny. It's somewhat it devolves quickly. Like
Yeah.
they're very like childlike adults for sure.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Well, and
right.
then Blake just has a soundboard that he'll just fucking play
Yeah,
anything at any time.
Which used to be like you get made fun of like soundboard really.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they fully embrace
Fully
Oh, yeah,
embrace
yeah.
the
that
corniness
podcast.
of it.
Dude, I
Like,
wish.
they
We have a
They
soundboard.
have
It's just
issues
nothing.
too. Like Blake is a brutal alcoholic.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like I hope when I'm
All
like
the buzzballs.
42 and
Yeah.
like have kids that I won't be like literally getting blasted like every night anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
you
just
guys-
every other night.
Yeah, every other night.
Chop it
Dude,
down.
Come on.
For sure.
I just had a kid. Okay, I only drink 6 days a week now. I don't want my kid to pick up bad habits.
And on the seventh day, my kid
I'm
drinks.
teaching you a lesson.
gonna watch this show. It's called Workaholics.
You're gonna watch.
This is what Daddy used to do every day.
You're like, see what drinking makes you. You're just like vomiting all over your floor. And you just got home from the bar. You're like,
Funny
"Ugh."
shit, huh?
Do you see how terrible drinking is? But my son.
They try to tell you it's bad for you, but why do I feel this good?
Like,
I feel so
I'm
good.
teaching him a lesson, babe. Your wife is just crying. I'm like, every day, God.
Yeah.
Like, at least I didn't cheat on you.
the deep eddies.
Yeah.
Who the
I just-
fuck pays for this
I
house?
just need a little hair of the dog. Yeah. I'll be fine.
It's 10:30 at night.
yeah, dude.
You just woke up.
Hair of the dog, huh? It's 10:30.
I had a long day at work. You're unemployed. You don't have a fucking job.
These residual checks don't make themselves.
I'm mourning the loss of my Jedi friends.
Dude, the Acolyte was so bad.
They killed this little kid Jedi today, man.
That's so fucked up.
Oh,
it
little
was fucked
baby
up.
Jedi?
Yeah, it's like I don't know, because on this show, like little kids can be thousands of years old, as we learned from like Baby Yoda.
Oh,
and
well,
shit.
we don't want to track up
But,
that
like,
tree, dude.
She's a Padawan, or it's a Padawan.
No, you can talk about it. I was making a joke.
Well, he.
Listen,
You're like,
here,
I'm
I
Chris
wasn't a
Hansen.
fa-
I thought she was a Jedi. I thought she was
Oh,
like
okay.
Yoda.
She told me she was
I don't know.
7,000.
Did she count or what?
I'm kidding. Go
That's
on,
actually,
go on.
like, first of all, what does space law have to say about that?
Yeah, dude.
What does the Jedi Council have to say about that?
Oh my god.
But-
Mace Windu's like, take a seat, man.
well, like straight
The
up, this-
Jedi Council was at Jeffrey Epstein's island for sure. They were. There's no way. That's how they got there. Jeffrey Epstein is actually Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And Chewbacca was on the flight logs.
Yeah, dude, the Millennium Falcon.
Not Chewie.
Dude,
I thought we could trust Chewie.
It's the Epstein planet, dude.
That temple on the island was just a Jedi temple.
Yeah, dude.
We were literally just
We were training.
We were literally just turning them into knights.
Yeah, dude. Literally, dude.
Literally, all right?
No, that's why they let the pedophilia stuff come out, because they didn't want anybody to find out about the Force.
Yeah. Right. The super soldiers they're creating are just
Dude,
too valuable.
we need to cover this. We need to cover this right now.
In all actuality, we were doing the opposite of touching them. We were using the Force. But...
Well, and technically, they were 1,000 years old, so it's different. But I'm saying,
but like this, we weren't using Force. We were giving them the Force.
The Acolyte. What were you saying? They killed.
It's just a Padawan, man, and it's like
he was just a Padawan.
And like I don't, it's a character that seemed ancillary.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden they did, and I should have seen this because I don't watch a lot of shows. I'm not good at picking up on foreshadowing in writing in television and movies sometimes, and so all of a sudden in this one episode, this Padawan started bonding with one of the main characters, and I was just like, okay, do they want me to like this character now? Like, okay, I guess I will. Like, they're gonna play an important role,
right? And
then in the next episode, oh my god, they held their own in like this massive battle with like the main bad guy, but then straight up like you see the lightsaber like go through their back, and
the child's back.
Yes, and then they from the main bad guy, and then they show her face, like her eyes, just like oh, and then the guy's got like double lightsabers, so you go back to her back again, and then you see like super fast, like 2 more holes in her back.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I did not see this coming.
It's like this is on Disney Plus,
so just like
and we're doing this right
like
now?
They just made it just so you felt sad for a character.
Yes, and I was like, whatever, but like that's not what I want to watch. No. So I was just like, I go on IMDb, I read the like rest of the episode. I'm like, okay, no.
Wait, so like you don't like watching like characters die at all? Like what?
I don't think he likes watching children.
Like what is it?
It's like children for sure. My thing about horror movies is that I really do feel like 99% of horror movies aren't actually scary. They just make you scared for a child's safety.
Yeah,
which is two different kinds of being scared.
Yeah.
For sure.
But
it's a little bit played out.
I don't watch a lot of TV movies. I was raised by a very sensitive mother who didn't. So like. When it comes to my entertainment, I don't want to see people like in pain. Like I just don't.
Right.
Like I would rather
so you're not a Pulp Fiction guy?
That I did like. Because I don't know. It's like it has to be.
Yeah, like so, but that's what I'm curious. It's like what do you like? What are you into? Like what is it? Just the children thing, or is it just like
death and dismemberment? Okay, with me, that's fine.
I want to see the good guys win every time in a movie.
And well, I don't know.
You want there to be good and bad guys.
Yes, and I understand.
A clear line.
But it's Star Wars. Like there literally is the light and dark side.
Yeah,
like
that's as clear as you can get.
It's like that's the thing too. It's like you watch like Lord of the Rings and you're like, maybe the orcs are the good guys. You're like, look at them. Like look at them, dude.
They're gross as shit. They could never be good.
Which is funny too. I never understood that. This
would
is
you
a
trust a guy that looks like that?
I never understood that about Lord of the Rings. He's like, why would anyone want to live in like the orcs world?
Right.
Like, why do they want to live like? It's just so weird. Yeah. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
just like,
but I guess it just has to be like a good, like well written piece. Yeah. And it also depends what I'm like looking for. I was very much not looking for that. I was looking for just a nice Jedi's fuck up the bad guys. Cool, maybe a Wookiee comes out.
Yeah.
But maybe and it was a good story, and I don't even mind a little bit of like, of course there has to be a good guy that'll die to raise the stakes or whatever.
Yeah.
But they straight up were just murking everybody.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't care enough. I didn't care enough about the main characters.
That's just true of like anything. That's like almost just bad writing at a point. Because it's like if you're just like for me too, it's like I'm not like opposed to like watching like I'll watch violence or whatever. But like I'm saying,
one of your favorite movies is Old Boy.
It's like
so
but that's really, what I'm saying is though is like
that pushes your boundary.
If it's like an unearned thing where you're like it doesn't really like make sense.
Yeah. Right.
Or like
Game
of Thrones. Like so I read the books for like Game of Thrones, and Game of Thrones would do this a lot.
Yeah.
Like you would like this character would have a role like in the next season, but like the showrunners would be like, we need someone to die to make it important. Like it's not really part of like what's supposed to be happening.
Right.
But it's like they just do it to like put like an emotion. It's like cheap. It's
Right.
like it's like the
cheap for
equivalent
sure.
of like jump scares for like a horror movie, where it's like you just kill a character just because you need weight for the episode.
Right.
Yes.
It's like if you need to do that, like, and you haven't earned it in the writing,
Right.
you don't deserve the weight of the death.
For sure.
And if you're killing them off in service of characters that you don't care about,
Yeah.
it just
Or that they haven't set up
like-
properly to like take the
that's
reins of
I'm
the
just
thing.
like, don't die for these people. Like you just met them.
Well,
Yeah.
nobody.
Oh, you killed my favorite character? All right, I actually like this show less now.
I'm pretty
Because
sure,
you just
like-
took away the part that I like.
Like Acolyte was pretty like it was like panned pretty hard. I think it got canceled immediately.
Yeah, it did get canceled.
They're just pushing too much of that shit out. Like, you can only have so many Star Wars stories that are like, oh, this was good too. This
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Well, I feel like they just like struck
You're
gold with like how
free-throwing,
popular like
Right.
Baby Yoda got.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we should just make shows all the
Right.
time. And like,
yeah, 100%.
it makes so much. They paid $4 billion for it for a reason.
Yeah, you got to milk that shit.
I think they just thought, exactly. When they bought it, Star Wars hardly ever made anything.
Yeah.
So it's kind
But
of
that's
just
why people loved it so much.
Right.
Like the books too, that they completely were just like, yeah, these are not canon.
Well, no, but
anymore.
here's
And
the
that's
thing, too, is,
and
like,
it was
Star
a whole
Wars-
expanded universe you could have made movies about.
I know you
Yeah.
haven't
It was
seen
already
the
written.
movies,
Right,
but
by
like
a professional writer.
That's what I'm
Star
saying.
Wars like has never necessarily been like great media.
No, it's
There's
it's
like there's
cheese-
like
it's
one or
supposed to be
two
campy.
there's like one or two good movies, like serviceably good movies.
Right.
And then the rest is literally just like what you're talking about, where it's just like we're just gonna have, good guy kills bad guy and just very rote, very like normal, like it's not like special.
Right.
It's
It was
legit
just like
the
that's
New
kind of
Hope
what-
is like the hero's journey, like to a
it's just
T,
like to a T. It's very like cookie cutter.
Yeah.
7 to 9, the new ones are kind of pretty much just that. Just
Yeah.
the good guys
Yeah.
being the bad
And
guys.
those
And
movies
then
were
they
rough.
got a kiss at
And
the
they,
end.
and they
And then they
faked-
got a kiss.
They did kiss.
It sucks.
And the Kylo Ren
it doesn't
shirtless
make
scene.
any
They
sense.
fucked it up,
of course.
man. I fucking hate.
I remember seeing that the third movie in the theater. Well, the second movie I remember more clearly as like, okay, I actually don't like this. Like, I actively don't like this.
Yeah, same. I had
And then
the
the
same
third
thought.
movie went back on all the things I didn't like, and I still hated it because I'm like, well, if you're gonna go down that
Dude,
road,
that's a problem.
Right. What are
you
they
doing?
fucking changed
Right.
writers.
Yeah.
It was
randomly
bizarre.
for
It made
the
no
middle.
sense.
It made
It's
yeah,
fucking nuts.
J.J. Abrams just completely fucked it.
Yeah.
I saw all 3 of those. I have no fucking clue
First
what
one,
it was
I
about.
enjoyed.
None of it. No, dude.
The
they
Force
were,
Awakens,
They were
I had fun.
completely. They were completely unconnected. Like
Yeah,
it was
for
just like
sure.
you're like, oh, these were obviously written by 2 different people.
Yeah.
Because like J.J. wrote the first one. Then he hired, I think, Ryan Johnson to do the
Johnson,
second
right,
one.
right.
And then
And
just
Looper was good.
randomly,
He got shit on.
Yeah, it
J.J.
was
because
bad.
everybody
It was bad.
hated Ryan Johnson.
It was a bad movie.
The blue milk scene. Was
and
just
then-
bizarre.
It
Dude,
was
the
blue
fuck-
milk, and it was fucking Princess Leia flying back into the fucking
Yeah, that-
spaceship after
I
that.
will say, dude, the
She's
visual, dude, the visual when the one spaceship like went through the other one,
That
like
was sick.
that was a sick.
That was
'cause
dope.
I saw that in theaters.
Yeah, no. I
Yeah.
mean, if it didn't look cool,
But it's the
it
perfect
would not
death.
be a popular movie.
That's the we were talking
that
about
was
killing,
kind of an
killing
earned death with
good.
Lord
That's what I'm
Burns.
saying. You just end her character.
She's dead in real life,
That's
for
what I'm
God's
saying.
sake. No, that was my exact thoughts. And then they fucking killed Harrison Ford.
Yeah,
And he's alive.
He's straight up, yeah.
And literally, you see the
No,
character
no, they
getting
killed-
consoled
no,
by
no,
a
wait,
fake
that
Princess
was-
Leia.
That I will say that was because he had that he didn't want to do 3 movies.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
He was like, I will do the first one. You have to kill
Right,
me off.
right.
He didn't want
And I
to
respect
do all
that.
3
I
movies.
respect that.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, the dude's like 83. He's
Right.
gonna, whatever.
But also,
Harrison
it makes
Ford
sense
rocks.
if you were
Harrison
like.
Ford fucking. I love Harrison Ford.
Is such an insane person,
rocks.
and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
But no, that's
Just
my
crashing
thing.
planes and helicopters and shit. Like,
Doesn't
just
give a fuck.
Fucking whatever.
He's an
dude.
Iron Man,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh my god. Wait, Connor, real quick.
You're good.
Just that fucking new Hulk movie, I think it is, or maybe it's Captain America.
dude, it's
yeah.
Captain
With
America.
Harrison Ford in
Yeah.
it. It's so
He's the president.
funny because I don't know anything about this movie or the universe.
It
and
looks
all
so bad.
all I just hear is a commercial in the background every once in a while where you hear Harrison Ford just go, "You're not Steve Rogers." Like Steve Rogers is
Well,
the
dude,
funniest fucking name. Like,
I'd
who
love
is
to,
that?
dude. Harrison Ford.
Oh my
like-
god.
like-
he was in a band in the 70s.
Like the disdain he has for all the it's so obvious he's doing it for money.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the interviews and like he's like, oh, what made you like want to like get into the character of the Red Hulk? And he's like, I needed money, man.
Yeah,
Like, I was like,
yeah.
he's like, I'm just like my fucking. It's expensive to crash planes
Right.
over
Yeah,
and over
yeah.
again.
He's got grandkids.
Yeah.
Listen, I spend a lot, so we gotta
No,
get this going.
he's sick. He's one of the like last like movie star guy. Like, this dude he's in a lot of like really awesome roles, dude. Blade Runner.
I heard Shrinking was good.
Shrinking was alright.
New one.
I feel like it really wasn't for me, but I don't like that guy. Fucking Jason, whatever.
Jason
Segel.
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
I don't really like him.
He's
Dude.
alright, but he's not Ryan Reynolds bad, but he's in that
I'm just
realm.
saying, I don't like the kind of character he plays.
Forgetting
like,
Sarah Marshall, fantastic movie.
He was good.
Love
in
that
Freaks
movie.
and Geeks.
Freaks and Geeks.
Oh yeah,
he's so good. The Muppet movie. I haven't seen it in a while.
He was
but
pretty good in that, honestly.
He's a Muppet movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like he's kind of like he just always kind of plays like a scramble brained white dude. Like, like just like a flighty like
the perfect
oh my god,
ball.
I'm always so overwhelmed. Oh my god,
he gets anxious real good.
Dude,
his hair is too much.
Always fucked up.
His hair is way too much.
100%. But he loves Neil Peart.
He's ridiculous.
He does.
Yeah. At least the Freaks and Geeks character. All right, this has been fun.
Is this the end of? We're going to do a Patreon episode, but this is the end of our episode here. This episode
118.
118. All right, dude.
That's pretty good. Ty,
thanks, Ty,
where
for
can
being
people
here.
find
Where
you?
can people find you? Anything to announce?
What are your deets?
Follow Johnny and the Man Kids on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
Follow me on Bluesky. Why not?
Follow him on Bluesky.
He's going to
I
tell
don't
you
really
his
know.
Harry Potter.
I don't really know
his Harry Potter school.
I am a Gryffindor.
Hufflepuff Ty, dude. Gryffindor Ty.
The thing is like when I was like answering honestly, because I used to fuck with Harry Potter, I would have been a Hufflepuff, but like I'm like nah, like I don't want to. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like I'm just a Gryffindor who smokes weed.
You're like, what Pokemon are you? You're like, I'm Charmander for sure. I gotta do this again. You're like, fuck, Bulbasaur, dude. Fuck.
Ty Marciniak.
Fucking cool.
Follow me at Ty Marciniak on Bluesky. I've only put out one thing so far, but if some people follow me, I might start going on it.
Yeah, you should also follow the Bird Sleep podcast, which is now occasionally on Bluesky.
Oh yeah,
but on all other platforms.
On all other and then just do just subscribe and follow, and then if you like the show, share it once, give it to a friend.
Tell your mother.
Tell your mother.
She would love it.
Sure that's our demographic. Moms.
That's what this whole conversation was geared towards.
Here.
Yeah.
Big MILF guys here.
MILFs love Bluesky.
If you got a hot mom, be sure to send her an episode. Just saying. But yeah, no.
Maybe tell her about the Patreon. She's probably got money.
Yeah, dude, subscribe, and then check out the Patreon. We'll do a quick little premium app here for you in a minute.
2 episodes a month.
2 episodes a month as of right now.
Just for all 10 of you that listen to this regularly.
All 10 people. And subscribe, rate it, share with your friends, and then also follow Ty. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Adios.
New Man Kids coming soon. New album.